Hello everyone. This video is about maximum power transfer theorem. So there are some applications wherein the maximum power needs to be transferred to the load connected. In order to transfer that maximum power to the load, there are two different conditions, one for the DC and another one for the AC. So if the circuit is of DC, then the condition for the maximum power transfer to the load is your load resistance should be equal to the source resistance, or we also call it as Thevenin's resistance RTH. So this is the condition at which your DC circuit can able to transfer maximum power to the load. Okay, so RL is equal to RTH is the condition under DC circuits. And similarly, if we have AC circuit, the condition for transferring maximum power is your ZL impedance, load impedance is equal to complex conjugate of your source impedance, or we also call it as complex conjugate of Thevenin's impedance. Complex conjugate in the sense, if suppose your ZTH is equal to 2 plus 3J, so complex conjugate of this is ZL, which is equal to 2 minus 3J. So the imaginary part, the sign, you have to interchange the sign of the imaginary part, that we call it as complex conjugate. So the condition for an AC circuit is load impedance should be equal to ZTH star. So ZTH star is said to be the complex conjugate of your Thevenin's impedance. Right? Now we are going to solve some problems under maximum power transfer theorem. So the first question is, for the circuit given, find RL when it is dissipating maximum power, also find the maximum power. Right? So here whenever we are having a problem under maximum power transfer theorem, the load value, the load resistance, they won't mention it, okay, because we need to find it using the condition for the maximum power transfer. So check what type of circuit is this. It is of DC circuit, right? If it is DC circuit, what is the condition for the maximum power transfer theorem for a DC circuit? So your RL should be equal to RTH is the condition for maximum power transfer in a DC circuit, right? So our aim is to find what is the total, what is the Thevenin's resistance, right? That will be equal to your load resistance, right? So at first, step 1, we need to find VTH. So what we have to do for VTH? We have to remove your load and then open it. So for maximum power transfer theorem, we use Thevenin's theorem as the base. Okay. So already one more video regarding Thevenin's theorem I have posted. You can check how to find VTH, RTH. Okay. So we are going to find VTH and RTH, which is the base for your maximum power transfer theorem. So in order to find VTH, we have to remove the load by open circuiting, right? And then we need to find what is the voltage across this open circuited path, that will be equal to your VTH, right? Now how can we find VTH? So this your voltage will be equal to the voltage across your 2 ohm resistor. So in order to know what is the voltage across this 2 ohm resistor, we should know what is the current flowing through this 2 ohm resistor. Then that current into 2 will give you VTH, right? So find out what is the current through this 2 ohm by using simple Ohm's law in the loop. So I is equal to V divided by R, right? So here V is equal to 4 divided by R is 6 and 2, because since it is left open, whatever the current flowing through your 6 ohm will try to flow through your 2 ohm, right? Because there is no parallel path. So the resistance here is 6 plus 2. So 6 plus 2. So 4 divided by 8, which is equal to 0.5 ampere is the current flowing through 2 ohm resistor. Now what is VTH then? VTH is equal to I into 2 ohm, which is equal to 0.5 into 2, which is 1 volt. So 1 volt is going to be the VTH. So how can we find RTH? What is the procedure we have to do for RTH? Your circuit should comprises of only resistance. So we need to remove the load by open circuiting. At the same time, we have to remove the sources also. Since here we have voltage source, we have to remove the voltage source by short circuiting, right? So now remove your load by open circuiting and remove your source by short circuiting. Now redraw your circuit for RTH calculation. So redraw your circuit. So we have to remove the source voltage by short circuiting and keep all other resistors, and then remove your load by open circuiting. Right? Now we need to find what is the resistance across this open circuited path. Now what about your 6 and 2 ohm, whether they are in series or parallel? They are said to be parallel because the current flowing through your 6 ohm and 2 ohm are different, right? So they are said to be parallel. In other ways, the nodes across which your 2 ohm and 6 ohm are connected are same. So 6 and 2 are said to be parallel. So what is your Thevenin's resistance then? 6 ohm is in parallel with 2 ohm. So which is equal to 6 into 2 divided by 6 plus 2. So your RTH is equal to 1.5 ohm. Right? Now what is your RL then? RL is equal to RTH is the condition for maximum power transfer, right? So what is your RL then? RL is also equal to 1.5 ohm, right? Now step 3, we are going to draw the equivalent circuit, right? So what is the equivalent circuit for Thevenin's theorem? We have to draw VTH that will be in series with your RTH source resistance, right? And that will be series with your load RL. Right. Now what are the values for VTH? VTH is going to be 1 volt, RTH is going to be 1.5 ohm, and what about RL? RL is also equal to 1.5 ohm. Right. Now find out what is the current flowing through your load. Let me take that current to be IL. So that will be your step 4. Okay, so what is step 4? Step 4, we need to find the load current through the resistance, load resistance RL. Right. So what is the formula for IL here? IL is equal to simple Ohm's law. It's going to be V divided by R. Here V is VTH divided by R is going to be RTH plus RL, which is equal to RTH. VTH is going to be 1 divided by RTH is 1.5 plus RL is also 1.5. So 1 divided by 3. So what is 1 divided by 3? It's equal to 0.333 ampere is the load current. What is the next step? We need to find the maximum power, because in the question they have also asked what is the P max, maximum power, right? So find the maximum power. What is the formula for power? I square into R. So here we are going to find out the power dissipated in the load. So we need to consider IL, right? So your P max is equal to IL square into its corresponding resistance RL is going to be the P max, right? So now do step 5 and find what is maximum power. So we know P max is equal to IL square into RL. So which is equal to IL is 0.333 square into RL is 1.5. So what is the answer then? 0.1666 watt is the maximum power dissipated across your resistor, I mean the load resistor. In this problem, they have asked what is RL and what is Pmax. So RL is going to be 1.5 ohm, which is equal to RTH, and Pmax is going to be 0.1666 watt. So the next problem is determine the load impedance which will result in maximum power transfer to the load. Also calculate the maximum real power. So if in this problem the source is of AC, so it comes under AC circuit. So the condition for maximum power transfer under AC circuit is the impedance, load impedance is equal to the complex conjugate of the source impedance, or we also call it as Thevenin's impedance, right? So let us do step 1, finding out VTH. So what we have to do for VTH, remove your load by open circuiting, and then we need to find what is the voltage across this open circuited path that will give you VTH. In order to find VTH, at first we should know what is the current flowing through your circuit. So I is equal to 50 angle 45 degree divided by the total impedance here is 3 plus 2 plus 10J. So 3 ohm, whatever the current flowing through your 3 ohm will be same as that of your 2 plus 10J, because this branch is left open. So what is the total impedance here? 3 plus 2 plus 10J. So in the denominator we get 3 plus 2 plus 10J. So which is equal to 50 angle 45 degree divided by 5 plus 10J. Right. So now in the numerator we have polar form and in the denominator we have rectangular form. So converting the denominator also into polar form. So we get 50 angle 45 degree divided by, so the polar form for 5 plus 10J is 11.18 angle 63.43 degree. Now divide both so that I is equal to 4.47 to angle minus 18.43 degree ampere is the current flowing through the circuit. Now we need to find VTH. So what can we do? So let me redraw the circuit so that this is going to be the source voltage 50 angle 45 degree, and then we have 3 ohm. Then we have the open circuited path which is said to be VTH. VTH is the voltage across this path. So let me apply KVL over this loop. So we get applied voltage is equal to voltage drop, right? So applied voltage here is 50 angle 45 degree, which is equal to voltage drop is, drop across your 3 ohm is 3 into I plus the voltage drop VTH. Right, now we need to know what is VTH. So keeping VTH in one side and taking the other parameters to the other side. So we get 50 angle 45 degree minus 3 into I is 4.472 angle minus 18.43 degree. Right, now we need to simplify it. So further if we simplify it, so VTH is equal to 50 angle 45 degree minus 3 into 4.472, so minus of 13.416 angle minus 18.43 degree. So which is equal to 35. Now this 50 angle 45 degree is in polar form, so I am converting that into rectangular form. So we get 35.35 plus 35.35 J minus, converting the 13.416 and minus 18 into its rectangular form, we get minus 12.72 plus 4.241 J. So further simplification will give you 22.635 plus 39.596. This is your VTH in rectangular form. So the polar form answer for this is, converting this into polar form again. So we get 45.609 angle 60.245 volt. Right. So this is the Thevenin's voltage, step 1. Right. Next we need to find step 2, which is RTH. Okay. Right. So RTH, what we have to do? We should remove our load by open circuiting. At the same time, the source voltage should be short circuited. So redraw your given circuit to find your RTH. So we get short circuiting the source and keeping the other impedances as such, and removing the load by open circuiting. Right. Now what about this 3 and 2 plus 10J? They are said to be parallel because they are connected to the same nodes. Right. So what is your RTH then? We call it as RTH or ZTH. Okay. So which is equal to 3 parallel with 2 plus 10J, which is equal to parallel. Right. So 3 into 2 plus 10J divided by 3 plus 2 plus 10J. So simplifying this, we get RTH is equal to 2.64 plus 0.72 J ohm. Right? We got step 2, which is equal to 2.64 plus 0.72 J ohm. Next we are going to do step 3, which is drawing equivalent circuit and finding out the IL. in the equivalent circuit, what happens? VTH is in series with your Thevenin's impedance, that is in series with the load impedance. So we know that the Thevenin's impedance is 2.64 plus 0.72J. Then what is load impedance? For the maximum power transfer in AC circuit, the condition is load impedance should be equal to complex conjugate of the Thevenin's impedance, right? So what is complex conjugate of the Thevenin's impedance? 2.64 minus 0.72J. So you have to put minus sign for the imaginary part. So this is the equivalent circuit. Now find out the load current from this. So that will be your step 4, finding out the load current. So what is IL then? IL is equal to VTH divided by ZTH or RTH plus RL, which is equal to VTH divided by 2.64 plus 2.64. So which is equal to, we already know what is VTH, right? So substitute that value also over here. So we get IL is equal to 8.637 angle 60.25 degree ampere. Now find out P max, which is going to be step 5. So P max is equal to IL square into RL. So we know what is the value of IL. So substitute it into RL. What is RL? It's going to be 2.64. IL square into 2.64. So your P max will be equal to 196.97 watt. So this is the maximum power that the given circuit can supply, and the impedance, load impedance is 2.64 minus 0.72J. So the third problem, we need to find the maximum power, and here ZL is going to be the load impedance, right? So do step 1, remove the load by open circuiting and find what is VTH, right? So redraw your circuit, right? So here the load has been removed and we need to find what is the VTH. So this voltage VTH will be equal to the voltage across its parallel branch, right? So in order to know what is the voltage across this parallel branch, we should know what is the current flowing through that branch. So that current into this impedance 3 plus 4J will give the voltage VTH, right? So now if you check out this 5 angle 0 degree current, so we can apply current division rule, because this 5 ampere is flowing towards this branch as well as minus 10J branch. So we can apply current division rule over here to find what is the current flowing through this branch, right? So using current division rule, so what is the current flowing through 3 plus 4J is equal to the total current. So here the total current is 5 angle 0 degree into its opposite resistance. So for this branch, what is the opposite resistance? Minus 10J is the opposite resistance, divided by the total resistance. What is the total resistance? I mean the impedance here. We have to add all, right? So we have 5 minus 6J plus 3 plus 4J minus 10J, right? So find what is the current. So for I is equal to minus 50J divided by 8 minus 12J. So what is VTH then? VTH is equal to I into 3 plus 4J. So 3 plus 4J into I. We know that I is minus 50J divided by 8 minus 12J, right? 8 minus 12J. So what is VTH then? After simplification, we get 163.461 plus 57.69J. So it is of rectangular form. Similarly, while converting that into polar form, we get 173.34 angle 19.44 degree volt. So this is the Thevenin's voltage for the given circuit, right? Now we need to find RTH, that is step 2. So step 2, finding out the RTH value. So for RTH value, what we have to do? Remove the load by open circuiting and then remove the source. So this is of current source. So how you have to remove it? By removing it, but you have to open circuit it, right? So redraw your circuit for RTH. So we have to remove the current source by open circuiting, and then the other parameters should be drawn as such, right? And what about the load? Load should also be left open. Now we need to find what is the RTH over here in the open circuited path, right? Now if you check at this 10 plus 5J, since it is left open, no current will flow through this 10 plus 5J. So you can just ignore this branch, right? So we have 5 minus 6J and minus 10J. So if we are going to ignore this, since it is left open, so whatever the current flowing through your 5 minus 6J will be same as that of your minus 10J. So they are said to be in series, right? So what happens now? So 5 minus 6J minus 10J, it's in parallel with 3 plus 4J. That will give your RTH, right? Now what is RTH then? RTH will be equal to 3 plus 4J into 5 minus 16J divided by 3 plus 4J plus 5 minus 16J. So RTH is equal to 4.654 plus 3.48 J ohm is the Thevenin's resistance. Okay. It is also equal to ZTH, which is Thevenin's impedance. Now draw its equivalent circuit, that is step 3, right? So step 3 equivalent circuit is we are having VTH, then connected to the Thevenin's impedance, then connected to the Thevenin's load impedance, right? Now we know that since it is AC, ZL is equal to ZTH star, complex conjugate of Thevenin's impedance, right? Now what is Thevenin's impedance? 4.654 plus 3.48J. So what is load impedance then? Complex conjugate. So plus should be converted into minus. So we get 4.654 minus 3.48J is the load impedance, and this is going to be a VTH, and the current flowing through your load is IL, right? Now do step 4, finding out the load current IL. So IL is equal to VTH divided by RTH plus RL, right? Which is equal to VTH, we know it, right? So substitute your VTH value over here, divided by RTH is 4.654 plus 4.654, which is equal to, the current is 18.66622 and angle is 19.43 degree ampere, right? Now step 5 is finding out the P max, maximum power. So we know P max is equal to IL square into RL. So we need to take only the magnitudes, okay? So IL square 18.62 the whole square into RL. RL is 4.654. We should not take the imaginary part while calculating the P max. Okay, we have to consider only the real path. We are going to find out only the real power, right? So I square into RL, which is equal to 1614 watts. So this is the final P max. So for the given question, your load impedance is equal to 4.654 minus 3.48 J, and whereas your P max is going to be 1614 watts. I hope this video is useful for you. Thank you for watching.